So you're on record now. Alright. So what's your perception of the AFL 9s concept?
Well, it's all about getting maximum involvement from people that were, not necessarily able to play footy socially or, professionally, whether it be the older guys that are out of the game or the younger guys that are using it as a stepping stone for their pre-season. And so we had a lot of guys and girls play for the first time as well. So that was really good, getting maximum involvement.
Yeah, exactly. Can you give us a bit of background to what AFL 9s is? What's it played like? What's the game style?
So it's a modified version. You play basically semi-light netball with your three zones. You've got your defensive and your mid and your forwards. It's non-contact, so it makes it safe for everyone to play. You have your forwards are the only ones that can kick goals, and they can only kick goals in the forward zone. The ball can only be passed from zone to zone. You can't go over the two zones. And it's basically just to keep you off game, and the team generally with the better skills wins, but it's all about having fun.
Yeah, so what are some of the immediate benefits that you saw from the AFL 9s program through obviously the mixed and the men's competition?
Well, definitely for us as players, but also me as a coordinator, I saw sort of two sides of it. The mixed comp was more the fun and get out there and just have some fun, kick goals and have a run around. And then the men's side was, as I said, that stepping stone for all that pre-season football, just to get the skills right and a bit of fitness. So there was sort of the men that they played semi serious, but they still had their fun there. And the mixed side, they just played mainly for fun.
What do you reckon is the future and the scope of AFL 9s within the Swans district and at Swan Ath as well? What do you reckon is going forward?
Well, I'm hoping to run the same competition next year, whether we do it later on this year in the spring or if we run it again in the summer. Possibly in the summer we might just shorten it a little bit because when players or people start training for local clubs and they sort of need to go to there, so we might do a 3 or 4 week program early next year, and then we might do a 6 or 7 week, maybe even an 8 week program in spring at the end of footy season when the weather's still warm but not too hot.
Yeah, and how did you come to get involved within AFL 9s and obviously coordinate the program at Swan Ath?
Yeah, well, I played AFL 9s or a similar version at Kingsway, indoor footy, and really enjoyed that. But we're looking at playing a mixed competition, just me and a couple of mates and their girlfriends and fiancés and wives. And there's nothing really in the area. We had to go out to, I think there was one in Whitfords, and then there was another one down, I think South Fremantle or something like that. So we wanted to, try and either set up a comp or join a comp in the Swan zone, but we didn't have to travel too far. So that was our first sort of initial meeting with Swan Districts and asking them if there was anything available, and they said no, not really. So, but would you be interested? And I said, yeah, actually I would be, because that way, we can get it set up and we can set it close to home, and especially with Swan Athletic, being a player at Swan Athletic and having ties with the club makes it easier for the club, and the club can get people down and involved at their club and get have a few drinks after the game, have a few soft drinks and that after the game, and support the club that way.
And so, as the AFL 9s coordinator for Swan Ath, what's your most satisfying part of being coordinator of the AFL 9s program, to sum it all up?
Yeah, well, basically it was good. It was very good fun. Getting to meet new people. Myself, you meet some new people in the community. You spread the word around, and this was it was good that we got 8 teams to start with. But I hope we can sort of build it to be a bigger and better thing for the next few years. But definitely the best thing about it was just seeing everyone have fun, and you turn the lights on, it's playing under lights, and people that don't, as I said earlier, it's not necessarily the ones that can play like the younger guy. It's for the older ones, or the ones that are, can't necessarily play the game socially or professional level. They can still go out and have a kick and mark and kick some goals and have some fun and enjoy it all.
Yeah, cool. All right, too easy.